Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by for your monthly insights for the month of June. Before we get started, let me just tell you what to expect here. This is a general reading, so I would never recommend that anybody make any decisions based on a general reading. If you have something you're trying to make a decision about, I would always suggest get a private reading so that whoever is reading for you can look at those energies that apply just to you, not to the energies of maybe like 1,500 people who are watching, but they can hone in and find out specifically what's going on with you. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is free will plays a part in everything. So everything that you hear here, if it does apply to you, and like I said, not all of it will, you have free will. So if you hear something that you don't like, you do have the free will to make some decisions and to change some things along the way so that they are not the experiences that you don't want to have. So none of this is written in stone. You have free will. Free will can change anything. And other people's free will can change things too. But I think it's important that we know that our free will can change things. And when we have a heads up early like this gives us a chance, if we see something coming in we'd rather not have happen, to handle it. All right, so what else do I want you to know? What I'm looking at is one life cycle. All of us have several different life cycles running at the same time. Many times they overlap somewhat. So you've got maybe a family life cycle, a work life cycle, a school life cycle, a romance life cycle, etc., friendship life cycles. So I'm just going to be looking at one life cycle that comes up for each sign during the month. So this is going to be a major theme for each sign, but it is not going to be everything that goes on during the month. So please don't think of this as something comprehensive, because it absolutely is not. Okay, so I think you guys know everything I want you to know going into this. And so on with your reading. Hello there, Gemini. Thank you so much for stopping by for your tarot video forecast or your tarot video insights for the month of June. What we have coming up for the month for you, first off, in your environment. An environment is any place where you have energy or effort invested. And what I'm seeing in your environment is that there really are no limitations to what you can do with it. That this is there's unlimited potential in the environment that you're in right now, Gemini. As far as your subconscious leanings, your subconscious recently has been working on a situation that you were feeling very stuck in, and you were actually being stuck by your own limitations. I feel like your subconscious is pulling you out of that stuck place and getting you into a place where you're starting to realize how to remove your own limitations so that you can go forward without holding yourself back. As far as learning style for this particular life cycle, what we have coming up is that right now what you're learning, I feel like you're just getting generalities down. I don't feel like you're trying to get specifics. You're not trying to get something so well down that you can just act on it and memorize. I think you're looking at bottom lines of things and the important things of whatever it is you're learning about, and just getting those sort of in your mind in some kind of semi-organized fashion. I don't feel like it's all coming in really clear yet, but I also don't feel any concern for you about this. So I think whatever it is that you're learning, you don't mind that. You're just learning in a hazy type of way. As far as communication goes, I feel like I'm seeing all kinds of stuff here. It feels to me like you are communicating in an infinite number of ways. So this is, you're using your body language to communicate. You're using your facial expressions to communicate. You're using your words to communicate. I feel like you may be a little bit more quiet because you're using more body language. I feel like you may even be using spirit to communicate. You may be asking your spirit guides to pass a message to someone else's spirit guides to pass a message to them. But communication is a big part of this theme that comes up during the month, and I feel like actually a lot of that communication is going to be more on a spiritual level than it is on a verbal level, but definitely a lot of body language, a lot of facial expressions. I feel like you're communicating in such a way too that you really have a situation where you're trying to influence people and you want to influence them more by example than by what you're saying. Okay? All right, so let's move on to learning style. Oh, we already talked about learning style, didn't we? Looking at the card going, huh, I would talk about this all over again? Nah, they got it. All right, so next we're moving on to work, and I am strange about work. Work can be that thing that you do to make a living, but it can also be those things that you're doing to improve your own inner character or your own inner self. What I have coming up for work is that right now, either way that this comes in, right now you're being fully supported, fully encouraged. You're feeling like you have all the support that you need to help you do the things that you want to do and be the productive person that you want to be. And for those of you that it's coming in the workplace, this is exactly what it is. For those of you that this is coming in as the inner work or the character work that you're doing, same thing, really the same translation. You've got all the support that you need to do that. You're really in a good place with being able to do what you want to do as far as work goes in either situation. Now, let's see, that part of you that's being grown or expanded right now. I feel like as you move through this life cycle, you are working on something that not only is going to benefit you, but also benefit yourself. I feel like this may be a character defect that you're trying to get rid of. Character defect is such a bad phrase, isn't it? But something that you don't like about yourself that you're trying to improve. And I think that not only will this help you, but it'll also help the people around you who you interact with as well. Now, as far as what you stand up for, there's somebody in your life who you have seen their true colors and you were not impressed. And this is somebody who you might have been pretty impressed with before. In fact, I think for most of you, you were. So now you're kind of having to, because you talked so highly about this person before, or you thought so highly about this person before, now you're almost having to like defend yourself because now you've seen their true colors and you don't think so highly about them. You've sort of talked other people into thinking highly about this person and they're like, hey, what's wrong with you? You used to think this person walked on water. Don't they still walk on water? What's your problem? You know, and you're having to defend yourself from this type of situation. All right, so how other people perceive you. Looks like, and I feel like this is not everybody in your life, but there's one or two people in your life that see you as not fully invested in something, like that you are liable to leave or that it would be easy for you to walk out on a situation or maybe even on a relationship. And they see you as not fully present. That's really what's coming to me. They don't see you as fully present right now. All right, so lesson or experience to have or to learn from right now. You guys are doing some things in some very non-traditional ways. You're just looking at solutions that work for you, whether they are in the history books or not. And I feel like you really have a lot of focus on spiritual as you're looking at some of these non-traditional ways. So this could be doing spiritual work in ways that you haven't been taught before, or maybe you have sort of created your own modality of some type of spiritual work or light work. But definitely non-traditional ways, doing something in non-traditional ways. All right, so, excuse my yawn. I'm going to have to take a break after this and stretch my legs a little, get the blood flowing. All right, so as you're doing something in a non-traditional style, we've got some things going on here. Definitely change is coming in, and I mean change on a major level. Doing this in a non-traditional style is telling me that you've already changed something around you, but the fact that this change is coming in on this level is telling me that there's inner change too, great big inner change going on as well. The other thing that's going on is you are taking a stand for yourself. You're letting people know, you know what, I'll do this and this and this for you, but that and that and that is not my problem, not my issue, not my concern. Okay, so you are taking some kind of stand as you are working through this and doing something in a non-traditional way now. And then ultimate fulfillment of this life cycle, I feel like you start to feel much more comfortable with yourself, so much so that that mask that we all wear every day for the public to see, I feel like you're starting to think, maybe I can pull that mask off. Maybe I would be lovable without that mask. Maybe I can just be my real, true self and people will actually love me. I do see this as a temporary thing for you. I see you smashing that mask right back on your face pretty quickly, but it's encouraging that there was a moment that you were comfortable enough with yourself to just show the world your whole complete, bright, shiny self. Okay, so that's what I see coming up as a major theme for you guys in the month of June. Thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out, liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate all of your support. Everyone have an absolutely fantastic month, and I will see you all back here the next time. Peace out.